And we have another big fight coming up. I don't know if you had a chance to look it up, but headliner April 12th, Pro Box is coming to Maryland Live Casino,
Yeah.
promoted by Lamont Roach Senior,
Mm-hmm.
headlined by Jordan Short Dog White, who will be
Mm-hmm.
taking on Jose Romero.
Mm-hmm.
The matchup.
Yeah. So I did look it up on BoxRec. I wasn't familiar with Romero prior to doing so, but he seems to be the real deal. He last fought in November, and it was a win. Jordan last fought in August, and from what I understand, he was coming off a hand injury. So there's some intrigue in that aspect of it with them meeting up. I'm a big Short Dog fan. Everybody knows that. I certainly admire he and his father and what they've been able to do. So it's going to be a good matchup. I'm glad they're headlining on Pro Box. I certainly would have loved to announce it, mind you, but I'm going to go out to support it. I'm never going to hate on the fighters just because I'm not announcing a local card. That's just not in my makeup. Because what God got for me, nobody can stop anyway, and I get a lot of work, as you know.
Right.
Um, Glad just a few weeks ago, went up to Philadelphia just to support fighters on the card, and their ring announcer didn't show up, and they pulled me from the audience. And I ended up announcing the fight for Danny Swift Garcia Promotion. See, so just being in the right place at the right time, and being ready. So certainly shout out to Mike Farrell and Danny Garcia, for selecting me to do that. Hopefully they'll reach back to me and bring me on board going forward for future reference. So yeah, there's that. April 12th. Greg Outlaw has a card April 26th at Bowie State. I will be announcing that. Tony Jeter goes to Rosecroft May 10th. I'll be announcing that. Um, Ponytail Promotions goes June 21st, same day as Tank and Roach rematch. I'll be announcing that. And Tony Jetter's going back to Maryland Live on July 26th. I'll be announcing that. So I've got a full schedule. So thank God, I'm getting work.
Right. Back to the Short Dog versus Jose Romero. I believe you can. That's that fight. You can bet on it. It's in the betting book. So how would you?
Oh,
Yeah, I read
just
an
didn't know that.
article. Yep, I
Can
read
you
an
bet
article.
at Maryland Live? Do they have
Yeah,
kiosks or you can bet at Maryland Live on that?
yeah.
Okay. Who's the favorite?
I didn't look at the odds. I don't know. I didn't look at the
Okay.
odds.
Well,
Yeah.
my money's on Short Dog, no doubt.
So
Absolutely.
how would you label this fight? Looking at both guys' styles.
I looked up Romero's record, 21 and had a few losses. Out of the 21 victories, he only had 10 knockouts. So that tells me he's not a pure puncher per se. You know, he has on paper fought the better opposition. I'll give him that. He fought Pitbull, he lost. He fought Robisi, Romero, he lost that as well. So those are two guys that are better caliber opponents than Short Dog has faced, I think. So there is that, but styles make fights, so we're gonna see, what they bring. But again, I think Jordan will prevail. I think this is his time, and they're playing it very strategic. Came back with the hand healed and gonna put on a performance. That's what he does.